This is the story of the one and only time that I tried lean. I can't lie, this is a crazy story, bro. This is actually an unbelievable story. I've never even talked about any of this on my stream, but there's a lot of stuff involved with this, bro. So, anyway, to paint the picture, I'm about... Okay, so I moved into my own, like, apartment whenever I was, I was 17 for sure. So this takes place definitely when I'm 17 plus. And at the time when I was in my first apartment, I was like, it was between the ages of about 17 and 19. So this story 100% takes place in between wherever I'm 17 and 19. But I can't tell you like exactly if I'm 17, 18, or 19 at this time. But essentially, at this time, even now, there's still this huge culture around lean culture. If you're not familiar with the term, you know, it's cough syrup, typically promethazine with codeine, mixed with a soda of your choice, which can be either, oh dude, I'm supposed to go up right here, which can be your soda of choice. Promethazine with codeine with Sprite, promethazine with codeine with, people use, another popular one is Faygo. People use all kinds of stuff, right? Huh, I thought I was supposed to go up right there, but I don't know. Anyway, people use all sorts of stuff. Sprite, Faygo, and they mix the promethazine with codeine in there, and it gives you a euphoric, you know, like messed up effect. You feel me? And so I freaking at this time obviously I'm still into hip hop and stuff, but at this time I'm really into hip hop and like Chief Keef and like all this stuff, right? Well, essentially I really want to try lean because a lot of rappers like make it like so. Yo, what's up PG, what's up, bro? But essentially a lot of rappers like glorified it in their music and everything, right? So I really want to try it. And one day, I'm not going to tell y'all exactly who this was, right? But one day, my freaking undisclosed adult in my life at this time, she's like, hey dude, I got some freaking lean. If you, I know you've been wanting to try it. Like, I got some, and I'll let you have it for the low since I know you've been wanting to try it. I'm like, alright, bet that. So I freaking, like a dummy, get the lean, and I don't know if it was promethazine with codeine or what, but it was some sort of cough syrup, right? Like I didn't know because it wasn't in a seal, like in the thing you actually get from the pharmacy. And looking back on it now, that was a really stupid idea. Like that was a really freaking stupid idea. Especially like, but at this time, fentanyl wasn't like so popular like it is now. You feel me? Like fentanyl wasn't really a thing back then. I mean, I'm sure it was, but it wasn't at all like it is now. If that makes sense. Like people weren't dying off fentanyl like that. Like it wasn't really a thing. And like with it being so popular in music, like I'm like, yeah, it's whatever. Like it's not even a big deal. Like a lot of people do it, right? And so me, like an idiot, I freaking, I'm like, yeah, I'll take it. So I freaking put it in my freezer, and it was in a baby bottle, right? And like one day I pour it up, and like I drink it, and to be honest, I didn't really have like much effects off of it. You feel me? Like I didn't really feel anything that much, but I was smoking a lot of weed at this time, so it's hard for me to say if I truly didn't have any effects or if I was already just so freaking blown out of my mind off weed that it was hard for me to tell. But anyway, I drank it once, it didn't really do much to me, and I was like, alright, whatever. So I figured that maybe, okay, that wasn't actually lean, like maybe that's something else, right? And so I end up leaving it in my freezer, and it's like a baby bottle with like a shitload still in there. Like, it was a lot. And so it's sitting in my fridge for a while, or in my freezer, and I don't think anything of it. You feel me? Like, I just leave it, this and that. Well, at this time, let's just say I was taking part in a bit of weed entrepreneuring, if you will, entrepreneur of that loud, if you will, and so I'm an entrepreneur of that loud at this time, right? And so I have a shitload of weed at my house. I have a shitload of weed. I have a shitload of lean in my freezer. And I'm just going on about life as normal, you know what I mean? Tried lean, nothing happened. Got the lean in the freezer, and I got a shitload of weed at my house, right? Well, I freaking one day I'm just going about my normal business, you know, being the entrepreneur that I was, and I freaking leave my house to go handle up, and I had just gotten some ready, and so on my coffee table when I left a shitload of weed on the table. It was like, I don't gotta really say too much. I left a shitload of weed on the table. And I also left a scale sitting on the table, right? And so, obviously that's not a smart thing to do, but at this time I'm like 17 years old. Like, I'm not really thinking like that, you know what I mean? And let's just say I leave the house to go handle my business. Everything's sitting out on the coffee table, lean in the freezer, and I get a call from my dad. And he's like, dude, the cops are going in and out of your house right now. Like, the cops are they're going in and out of your house right now. Like, you don't have anything in there, right? And I'm like, holy shit, dude, no way. Like, so in my head, I'm thinking that I'm getting raided. You feel me? And I had the freaking shit all sitting out, lean in the freezer. I'm like, dude, oh my gosh, I'm about to get multiple felonies. And because having that cough syrup with no prescription, that's a felony, bro. And the amount of weed that I had with a scale there, that's a felony, bro. So that's 2 felonies at once. I'm like, no fucking way, dude. I'm about to get fried. And so this is the thing, is my dad is the property manager of that said property. Like, he literally owns it. And he's like, yeah, dude, they're going inside out of your apartment right freaking now, bro. Like, you're cooked. Did you have anything sitting out? And I'm like, let's just say yes. And so I'm like scared as shit. I'm like, oh my god, dude, I am fucked. And my dad calls me back and he's like, dude, for some reason they're going inside your house, but they're also going inside like the people in the front tenant's house. Because at this said property, there is there's one house in the back, which was my house, and then there's like one in the front that's like a duplex, right? And he freaking like, yeah, dude, they're not just going inside your house, like they're going inside like all the houses right now. And so I'm like, what the freak? Like, are they raiding every single spot like because of me? And I'm like, damn, dude. So I'm so scared to go home. I'm just sitting there like so afraid to go home. I don't remember exactly where I was at when he called me, but he's like, yeah, dude, like you're cooked. And I'm like, what the freak, dude? No. And man, I have no idea what to do on this level. And he's like, dude, let me call the people in the front house and let me like see if I can like figure out why that they're there. Because the people in the front were home at this time, right? So he goes up there and he's like, he calls them and he's like, dude, okay, good news. They're not there because of you, dude. Like, they had some type of, like, discrepancy in the front, and, like, someone went missing. Like, essentially, there was something weird happened, like, where the people in the front, someone went missing. So they had the cops there to, like, find the missing person. You know what I mean? And so... No, that was my last life. Are you kidding me, dude? Fuck. But... the police were there looking for like a missing person, and so that's the reason why they were going in and out of the freaking houses, because they were there to find a missing person, like that wasn't actually at my address, but they were at the front house, which is the same address as mine, but they have to search like the whole premises to find the freaking person. Well, even though they weren't there to get me per se or like raid my apartment, the reason or that doesn't make a difference, bro. They still went inside my house and saw a lot of illegal drug paraphernalia. They saw the scale, they saw the weed. They probably didn't go in my freezer and see the lean, obviously, because they were looking for a person, dude. But the spot where I had the weed sitting on the table, like, it was right behind the freaking front door. Like, as soon as you walked in the front door, my coffee table was right there. And so they 100% saw, like, a shitload of weed and the scale sitting out. And so I was like, dude, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm cooked. And so I was so scared, bro. I didn't even want to go home because I'm like, dude, they're going to be waiting for me. Like, I'm fried. Well... like, eventually I start, like, driving around my house, like, because I have to go home, like, where am I gonna go? I start driving around, and somehow, like, there's no one there, you know what I mean? Like, there's literally no one there. And for a crazy reason, I go in there, and the weed and the scale are still just sitting there, and I'm like, nah, this is weird, bro. They are definitely coming back for me. What the freak? Like, it's all just sitting right there. Like, I'm cooked. And I'm like, yeah, they probably just left it because they're gonna come back for me. So I, like, in a hurry, just got a bunch of things I needed. Like, I didn't take anything illegal because I didn't want to leave the house with it. I was like, dude, they're gonna be, like, waiting for me and just, like, pull me over as soon as I leave or something. So, Avery, what's up? So I freaking, just get some clothes, like, you know, just get whatever, right? And, I get all my stuff and I just leave, but I don't take anything illegal, you feel me? And so I leave the dang house, and, I went and freaking, to be honest, I can't remember where I went and stayed. I think I went and stayed at my grandma's house. And I was like, yeah, grandma, the feds are after me, gang, like... They just busted in my house and they, like, saw all this weed and, like, I'm cooked, dude. And, I start thinking, I'm like, dude, so everything is still there, right? But somehow, like, they just left it. So, essentially, if I go get everything out, like, what kind of proof would they have on me? Like, Like, if I go get everything, what could happen? So, I'm too scared to go get it, right? I'm like, well, freak this. Like, I can't go get it myself. And so, like, my little brother, he was, like, at this time, probably, I don't know. He's in the single digits. Like, he's definitely in the single digits. Like, maybe he was, like, 11 or something. I don't know. He's a young kid at this time, though, right? And I'm like, dude, like, I need you to go in my house and freaking go get everything out of there, bro. Like, I literally need you to get everything out of there. I told him what everything was there. Like, I had bongs in there. Like, I had everything in there, bro. Just know that. Weed, bongs, scales, the lean in the freezer. Everything, dude. Everything. And I'm like, dude, please go in my house and go get everything out of there, like, because I'm too scared to go. And if they pull you over or like arrest you, you're a kid. Like, nothing's gonna happen. Like, you might get like a freaking. They'll probably just call your parents and let you go. But if not, then they might, like, you might just get a juvenile charge, which is nothing. And he's like, all right, yeah, I'll do it. And so, like, literally, it was nighttime. I sent bro in there at night. This is so fried, bro. This is such a fried story because sending a kid in there is freaked. But this is the thing is, for sure, like, it would have been way better for him to get busted with that than me. So that was the logic behind this, you feel me? But I send my little brother Rico in there at nighttime. Like, it's literally nighttime. And this is the thing is, my grandma's house is, like, literally right around the corner. Like, I'm talking about a block away from the place where, like, my apartment, like, where I'm sending him to. So I send bro inside the apartment. And he goes and gets everything out of there. And he starts walking down the dark alley with a backpack. Like, backpack loaded. Like, I'm talking about loaded. And he freaking, like, I'm standing at my grandma's, like, just watching. And then I see bro. I was so scared. Like, I'm like, dude, bro is definitely about to get pulled over, like, as soon as he leaves there. Because I was, like, almost 100% sure that the cops were watching at this point. But somehow he never got pulled over. And I'm like, what the heck, dude? Like, this is so weird. Like, I thought for sure, like, they were about to bust me. But somehow they literally never, like, were watching, pulling anyone over, leaving there. Like, none of that, dude. And if you're in a legal state for weed, yeah, this probably sounds a little dramatic to you, but in Texas, weed is literally still considered really bad. You know what I mean? Like, it's still considered really bad. And so he gets to my grandma's and nothing freaking happened to him. Like, he literally just made it free and clear. And I'm like, what the freak, bro? Like, I wasn't expecting that to happen. I'm like, dude, like, he's definitely about to get fried. And yeah, nothing happened. And so then I'm like, dude, I'm really scared to live there and continue my, you know, quote unquote entrepreneurship. But I kept doing it anyway, like an absolute crash out, and nothing ever happened. And so what I'm assuming happened is that because they had went inside my house, like, they didn't have a warrant to go inside my house, you know what I mean? They didn't have a warrant to go inside there for any reason. So my assumption is that that's the reason why they didn't confiscate the weed or arrest me, because they went in there, and so, like, they went in there without a lawful warrant. And so with that being said, like they can't really use any of that against you if they went in your house unlawfully. You know what I mean? And so that's the only thing I can think of as to why they wouldn't have arrested me that day or even confiscated my weed or anything. But that also is kind of weird because I thought that, for sure they would have been like investigating me or like at least watching my house or pulling people over leaving there because they knew for sure what I was doing, bro. They saw a shitload of weed and a scale on the table. Like, there's no questions at that point as to what's going on in the residence. You know what I mean? But somehow, dude, like, they possibly started investigating me after that. I don't know, but I didn't stay there very longer after that. Like, I ended up moving, like, within a year or, like, a year and a half of said event. So I'm thinking that that's probably, like, if they did start investigating me, they either noticed that I wasn't super high level, or they just like, or I just moved and then they kind of like gave up after that. But I'm not exactly sure, dude. They definitely could have been investigating me after that event, but all I know is I got super lucky, bro, because literally the freaking police went in my house, saw weed and a scale on the table in Texas, and somehow I slid, bro. Like, it was unbelievable. I can't lie to you guys, bro. It was one of my scariest moments. But yeah, luckily, we got away with it, gang. You feel me?